Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I am your go-to mediator for navigating divorce while parenting children with special needs. I'm also a registered legal document assistant, LDA, based in the greater Los Angeles area. So, California and its divorce forms. You need to know where to start when you don't even know what you're looking at or looking for. Because it takes one paper to get married and 30 to 100 to get divorced. Maybe far more than 100. So, let's start. So California uses the California judicial forms, which is great for you because they're free and they're online. And let me tell you something. This judicial council website is actually really good. It's good. There, you can stumble upon it and it'll be like, what are you trying to do? And you'll answer questions and it'll just keep telling you what to do. And it'll lay out what steps you need to take. It might have a little extra information if your situation is a little bit different. It's really good. It's a good place to start. So they've done a very good job. So the forms have names and numbers. Because why wouldn't they? You need to know the numbers and you need to know the names. All right, so let's start, class. The first thing you're going to need is the FL100. That is your petition. If you're filing a response, it's the FL120. But to start your divorce or legal separation, because spoiler alert, it's the exact same process with the exact same forms in California. It's not different. You just, at the end, you're still married to this person. Okay, so FL100, your petition, you're officially starting this divorce. You are telling the county that you're residents of the county. You've been residents of the state for at least 6 months and 3 months in that county. The date of your marriage, the date of separation, the names of any children and their ages if they're under 18 or they're an adult child with special needs. And I don't mean just any special needs where they're not going to be able to care for themselves. And so they're going to always need care, as a minor child would. The person who files the petition is called the petitioner, and the person who does not file the petition is called the respondent. So we're not doing plaintiff and defendant. This is not criminal court. We're petitioner and respondent. I'm petitioning the court, please court, may I get a divorce? And the respondent is a person who's responding to that petition. You also will need to document on this form what's happening with spousal support. We don't call it alimony in California. It's the same thing, just a different name, spousal support. Do you have any community property? Probably. Do you have any separate property? Most likely. And you fill out little things there. It's pretty straightforward. You're done. That's a petition, but that's not enough. You need the summons, the FL110. Summons, FL110. This lets your spouse know, hey, you know what? I know I quit you, but now I'm making this official. Not making light of it, but it does let your spouse know. I've officially started this process. And the summon activates ATROs, automatic temporary restraining orders. They are things that restrain you and your spouse from doing certain things, like taking the children out of state, minor children, or moving assets, or canceling health insurance. You are now forbidden from doing that. If you have children, you need the FL105, the UCCJEA. It has a really long name. I don't think I could actually say it for you right now because I'm so used to calling it the UCCJEA. So FL105. There is a variation of this form in every state. And basically what it does is it is an accounting of the children and where they have resided the last 5 years and with who. It's an important document. So if you've got kids, minor children, you have to fill this out. Now, many courts have what I refer to as local forms. So a form you fill out in Orange County is not going to be the same form you fill out in Los Angeles or San Francisco. But most of these forms serve the same function, and not every court has them. They usually do one main thing. They want to make sure you pick the right court. They want to make sure you've picked the right court, that you're filing in the right place. That's the primary purpose of these forms. So it's like your name, your spouse's name, your address, your spouse's address. Sometimes they ask for your date of birth. Sometimes they don't. Orange County, I think, does. What court are you filing in? Okay. We're going to make sure that's the right court. Great. Done. But you want to make sure you get that in. Now, if you're like, oh, I have no idea if I need a local form and where I would find that and what it even is. There are family law clerks in every courthouse that has a family law department. Now, not every courthouse in Los Angeles has a family law department, and sometimes they move things around, but many do. So there's always clerks there during open hours. They know everything about how their court processes the paperwork and about the divorce paperwork. They're not going to be able to give you legal advice, but they can give you a ton of legal information and tell you what to do and when you need to do it and what the court was just asking you for and why did I get this notice for a hearing. They can be really helpful. Let me give you a word of advice. Be nice. Just be nice to them. It's stressful for you. It's stressful for you, but be nice to them. I have a feeling people aren't really nice to them because when I talk to them on the phone, they're really lovely people and they're always surprised that I'm not angry or mean or something like that. So I think that when they talk to people on the phone or when they deal with people in person, people are grumpy and mean, and that's understandable because it's a divorce. But just try to put that to the side when you talk to them because they're doing you a great favor, right? So be extra nice to them. They will be nice back to you. This is starting your divorce, right? You're starting your divorce. Eventually, you need to do your financial disclosures. You need to reach an agreement. You need to document that agreement. And every step of the way, there are requirements of things needing to be filed with the court. One of the things I did not mention, so this is all you need to get your divorce started, your local form, your petition, your summons, your UCCJEA. There are many other forms that are required. And in order to finish this first step of the process, you do need to serve your spouse. Now, if you are doing a joint petition, service isn't required. And those forms are the 700, FL 700 joint petition and FL 710, the joint summons. So you don't have to do service in that process. But for most folks, you've got to serve your spouse. So if you need help, you can go to, it's kind of hard to get all that out when I talk so fast. If you need help, you can go to the Judicial Council's website on their forms. You can go down to the self-help desk at your local courthouse where your case has been filed and ask questions, or you can hire somebody like me, a legal document assistant, who can help you fill out these forms. Now, my role is to fill out the forms at your direction. I'm not an attorney. I do not give legal advice. You don't want legal advice from me. I'm not an attorney. Don't ask me for that. But I act like a scribe. So you tell me this and we'll fill out the forms. Legal document assistants know how to check the right boxes and how to e-file online so that you can stay out of court, because going through security and paying for parking and sitting in traffic isn't fun. Okay, you're already going through a divorce. So get the help that you need. I'm here to help you. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. If you think this might be useful to someone else, please go ahead and share. Happy to help.